I've done some really weird things for photo shoots, but this is definitely one of them today. And I don't even know if it's gonna work out. Now, boiling sugar water is not something you usually use for photo shoots, but I really needed it today because, oh wait, let me rewind and explain to you what I'm actually planning to do here. So a while ago I took this self-portrait with these beautiful cherry blossoms and I decided to reuse that prop. And I had made this mood board, which you can see here, which has lots of glossy lips, glossy flowers on it. And yeah, I really wanted to recreate that beautiful glossy effect in my photo. And I had the genius idea, I thought, to dip the fabric flowers in hot sugar water and create a sort of candied flower effect. You know, like in these candied apples. You can see the actual flowers here. And then I got into the kitchen. I got my candy thermometer out. I never use that normally. I made sure I had my buddy here with me in the kitchen. Hello! Yeah! And then I made this hot sugar water. You can see I did really well with that. Got it to 150 degrees boiling point. And then I started dipping the little flowers in it. I think I spent about an hour and a half doing this. And I actually burned my hand, which was so painful. But I finally managed to coat all the flowers, and to be honest, I really didn't like the result. It didn't look at all like the way I imagined. So I got my thinking cap on and I decided to do a whole different thing. I actually decided to achieve that glossy look through makeup. So I put on highlighter and lip gloss and all kinds of stuff on my skin. And my other idea was to use a soft focus filter, which I use quite a lot actually. And it creates a beautiful dreamy effect that was perfect for this kind of photo shoot. Next, let me show you the actual studio setup I used. But before I do this, I would love it if you could hit subscribe so you can see more content like this. Thank you so much. So here you can see my setup in my home studio, which really is my living room, let's be honest. So you can see on the right here there's a big flash which has an octagonal softbox attached to it. In the end I didn't actually use that one because it was a bit too bright. So I actually only used this flash here on the left with a beauty dish at the front attached, and I put it a bit behind me. Next, I would love to show you the actual shooting process, but I can't do it this time because I didn't have a top on. Here's a cute cat drinking out of a crystal glass instead. And then next we're gonna look at how I edited the photo in Photoshop. You can see here, this is the file straight out of the camera. It's actually pretty nice already, but I decided to fix the stem area here. As you can see, it looks kind of plasticky. I didn't really like that. So I simply cloned that out. There you go. And then this area here, I decided to cover with some more blossoms that I got from a different photo, from the same series obviously. So you can see I copied those in here. Next, I wanted to change the color of my skin in the face. I thought it was a bit too orange. So I made some color adjustments overall. This is how it looked afterwards. You see it's kind of pinkish at the moment, but I fixed that later on. But first I wanted to fix the fringe area, or bangs as you call it in America. I wanted to clone that a bit, so now it looks more even. Also, now this is a vanity thing, but I didn't really love my dark eye bags there, so I cloned that out a little bit. Here, this is just a little fix on the lip, which is not so important. But the next layer was quite a big change. This is Dodge and Burn, and I added some highlights and some shadows. So this is before and this is after. So you can see it is kind of subtle, but especially I added some highlights here on the lip area, which make it a bit more 3D. And to emphasize that effect, I used a white brush and actually added some more highlights, especially here in the shoulder area. You can see that here, also here in the hair. Okay, and then I made some more overall color adjustments. This is now a bit darker. And then I used a Camera Raw filter to just add some grain. And then I did some final color adjustments, mainly with the color lookup tool in Photoshop. So that's the end result. And this is also the final photo.